Okay, welcome back to 50 targeted traffic methods for online business. In this video, we're going to be talking about Stumbleupon. And Stumbleupon is a different kind of Web 2.0 site. You're basically bookmarking and voting on content that you like. And by voting on that content, that actually gets uh, uh, that person's web page seen. I'm going to show you Stumbleupon here in a minute. I want to kind of go over a few general things that you want to keep in mind. Now, with Stumbleupon, you're probably going to get your web page in front of people, but it's going to be for a brief period of time. So you want to make sure that the pages that you share on Stumbleupon are obvious, they're rich with images, and that they grab people's attention. So, if you're going to have a lot of text, unless you have a really popular topic, that's not going to be the kind of thing that you want to share on Stumbleupon. And you'll see that here in a minute. You want to use video when you can, and you want to make sure that you're careful with things that are of commercial interest, because people will be able to vote your page up or down. Now, you'll see here in the second column of things that I'm talking about. Some of that won't make sense until after I actually show you Stumbleupon, so let's go take a look at Stumbleupon now. Okay, so right now I've set up an account in Stumbleupon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you briefly how Stumbleupon works for the general user. I'm going to go to the home page, and I have content that has been recommended to me based on my activity and based on the things that I have liked. Now I'm going to hit the Stumble button. And based on some of the activity that I've already set upon, they're going to show me different content. So one of the things that I can do is I can like the pages that I'm interested in, and then I can either share it or move on. But I definitely want to vote on things that I like, so that Stumbleupon will continue to show me pages that are like this. Okay, so you'll notice that what's happening is I'm being shown pages that are modeled around model aircraft because of what I have liked so far. And so I want to continue to like the pages that are centered around the things that I'm interested in. Now, one thing that I've done here, and I want to show you this. I'm going to stop this video right now. That I was able to do was that I was able to determine what it is that I wanted to actually take a look at. And I'll show you how I did that here in a minute, because one of the things that you'll want to do is you want to determine what your interests are. And you can go to the home page and you can write in what your interest is. Now, as you continue to determine your interest based on the pages that Stumbleupon is bringing to you, you're going to find different people that you want to follow, and you're going to find different pages that you'll like. And what that's going to mean is that as your preferences get to be more tightly focused, when you start sharing pages, those pages are actually going to be shared in a tight focus. So you want to take an interest in the things or in the niche that you are working in. And in some cases, you might want to be a little broader than that, but in other cases, again, the same is true. You want to keep your focus pretty tight around the things that you have expressed a real interest in. Okay. Another thing that you're going to want to do and Stumbleupon. Now, I didn't do this obviously, but you want to make sure that your profile is filled out. Right. You want to make sure that your profile is filled out according to your niche, and that you have a full profile. And that's going to be the case with all Web 2.0 properties and everything that you're doing. And then you basically, in order to get that tight focus, you are going to have to do some stumbling of content. Again, Stumbleupon is a different way of participating. You participate by stumbling content. Okay, when I say stumble content, that means to hit the stumble button and then determine what it is that you like, what it is that you want to add perhaps to a list. You can do that. And there are lots of different ways for you to determine the content that you like. You want to continue to share uh, different content. You want to share pages that you have entered and stumbled upon. You also want to share the pages of other people. Okay, so as you discover content around the web, one of the things that you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure that you have that content stumble. Now, one other thing that is not going to be evident here, and I'm going to go back to our presentation, and you should really be doing this with all of the content that you are working with. You should have website badges for everything. So everything that you're doing uh, with your particular site, you want to have a Stumbleupon badge, and all that means is that someone can easily stumble your content while they're reading your page. You want to make sure you've got Facebook. You want to make sure you've got all the Web 2.0 properties as well as social media sites. And basically, whatever a person is using, whether it's Reddit or one of the other sites, you should make it easy for them to be able to share your content on the network that they socialize on. Now, you're obviously going to try to have a presence on all the Web 2.0 and social media sites that make sense. However, this is a lot of work, and to be part of a community is a lot of work. What you're doing is, again, opening a different window to your company, and you'll get targeted traffic because of your interaction with people on these on StumbleUpon and on all of the other social networks or Web 2.0 properties. Now, one thing that I'm mentioning here is that you can actually do something called paid discovery, and that's actually going to bring people directly to your site. That is a way for you to be able to bring targeted traffic to your site, and you can do that with StumbleUpon. I'll show you that briefly here for a minute. Now, we don't want to spend a lot of time on that. I just want to show it to you briefly. And I think that we can do that. Okay, I'm going to show you this. You can actually do that in the paid discovery page. And StumbleUpon actually has a separate page where you are going to be able to uh, basically set up an account that you'll be able then to actually have your page paid to be seen and stumbled. Right, so this will be part of the stumble process, except that you'll be paying for targeted views to your page. Now, I would suggest that you don't do this until you really get a feel for how Stumbleupon works and how targeted the traffic is and how excited the people are that are coming from Stumbleupon. But it is an option, again, for you to be able to pay for traffic directly to Stumbleupon. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video.